intentional, destructive, wild goose chase is what the government is doing. I'm happy that power is transient. Nothing is permanent. A lot of diasporans have been affected. Many of them are contemplating suicide. A lot of them have taken their lives. So Philip Shaibu is a disgrace for telling us that Fulani are disturbing us when you are the number 2 citizen of the state. And the government is also a disgrace for only appearing when it has to do with money, elections, or something that has to do with personal interests. So long as I'm concerned, my dear brothers and sisters, and I'm sure I share the same view with many Adolites worldwide, the governor is a fraud, the governor is a liar, the governor is is a scam. It should be questioned, it should be probed by the next administration. We will never allow any godfather impose anybody on us anymore. We should only brought him to us. We don't know him. He has never been part of us. He has never shared our pain. He has never drove on our road for a long time. He has never been stuck on traffic. He has never lived in a flooded environment. So he has lost touch to his people. So, Edo people, I'm sure that you have seen it now, that this man he does not mean well for the common Edo people. All the markets that were burnt down by fire incidents, over 8 of them, none of them has been rebuilt. Rather, part of the market land allegedly have been sold to private individuals in the area of rumors that they are the governor's friends building big supermarkets called Jara. I don't know how true that is if they are really close to him. But with the old, if you can put 1 and 2 together, you realize that why the government is not erecting this market back is because he has his own personal interest after he leaves governorship position. So where are we taking all this money to? Last 2 years, a budget was passed, 222 billion. How was it spent? Nobody knows. Security is porous. Roads are bad. Schools are dilapidating. Permanent schools are not free. So, and this year now, 320 billion naira has been passed. Who spends this money? Who gives what to what? Where is the House of Assembly that passed this thing into bill or into law? So, and the local government is not working. Who is running it? In fact, and Buhari's government complained 3 months ago that the state governors are stealing local government's money. And Obaseki has not debunked it. The G5 governors, the federal government to mention the names of the governor. I'm sure my governor was almost peeing on his pants, because if Buhari mentioned names, of course, he will be among first 3, because he has shut down local government over 3 years. The nearest, the most important tier of government. That's the government that is the nearest to the people, and you shut it out. That is the height of illiteracy. A governor that can demolish a library for a restaurant is an illiterate governor. He didn't go to school. No wonder he had certificate problems. They always have issue with certificates. We always bring in criminals in the state government house. I don't know how we got here. So don't listen to Shaibu. He's a liar. He's a fraudster, just like his boss, the governor. I ever heard they are fighting in-house so that he can become the next governor, according to previous agreements. And the government is endorsing someone else. So these guys don't care about us. And those citizens have not benefited anything from them. No job creation, only online job creation, only on social media job creation, only on television job creation. So there is nothing like Edo Best. That education program is Edo Worse. Our children are sitting on the ground learning in primary schools. Have you seen a governor in 7 years that will not visit a school, that will not visit a primary school or a project site? I don't understand. So guys, this is where we are. Don't listen to them. The disgraced and the shameless Shaibu, who is a total shadow of himself when he was a student union, personality those days. His activism is second to none. People compared him with the likes of Showore, but for me, that is a no, because the guy is just one of the Copadora bourgeoisies about his own self. Edo is bleeding. Our people worldwide are committing suicide because the government is demolishing everything they've worked for. All their investment back home are being destroyed on a daily basis. I was told allegedly a guy from Edo State killed himself in Canada, one in UK and one in America, and many are still doing the same thing. So, and the governor has not deemed it fit to put a stop on, like, emergency or extempore pronto stop on the demolition, that he has already marked. That shows he has no conscience. So I don't know his plans. Let's just hope. The same governor is still fighting the palace over monies or returned looted, 1897 artifacts. Something that does not even have to do with governance. So the guy is he just came to steal, to kill and destroy. Don't listen to him. Thank you very much, guys. And let me quickly address Jonathan Goodluck raining praises on Mr. Peter Obi. Obi has showed us the meaning of governorship when he was a governor. Whatever you are doing, tomorrow now, if Niger Wash or someone like Lefties or Madam Rita or CN, it doesn't take 10 years to know somebody. If any of these people I mentioned tomorrow want to vie for office, it will not be too difficult. A lot of us will say, okay, we know a few things about him. We are not 100%, but what can we learn from Obi's story? Why is everybody raining, showering him with a lot of praises? He has not been the only governor, and he will not be the last. Jonathan Goodluck knows him better when he was a governor. He himself was a governor too. You cannot but just love the guy. A man that left $50 million for his state in a nation where governors are thieves, liars, criminals, drug addicts, kidnappers, rapists, money launderers. You still find a man leaving $50 million. Are you aware in Bayelsa State, a governor was caught in London? He had to dress like a woman to come into Nigeria. That is governor of Bayelsa State, Governor Lemesia. This is the activities of governors. Are you aware that a governor in my state right now have signed a deal in Abuja to collect money to kill his own people? That's a governor. Yet someone was a governor and he left $15 million. He said no. He left all the lands. He did not collect government land in his name. He did not carry his friends behind closed doors. If Obi had given his friends government land to do business, by now APC would have dragged them out. Trust them, they will use money to destroy that camp and make sure they disgrace Obi. They found nothing against him. So I'm not surprised. Goodluck is showering him with praises, because whatever a man sows, he will reap. I wish all governors can learn to do the right thing, because you never know the position you will be tomorrow. People have to come and speak out for you. So I'm very happy, and the Obidati movement is gaining momentum. Mr. Najawa, thank you for all you do, and your technical team. Thank you, those on the comment section, those who are always sharing us up, and our worldwide viewers. I will stop here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Alice. I came in when you were speaking, though I was here before. I had to settle some issues. It's a beautiful one. We all have right to say our own hearts. If you have anything to say, please, the link is out there. You can just click on it and join us here. It is not easy to come on the studio to talk. So some of us are already you can also come and show us, tell us what you think. If you have anything to say against what Alice had just said, just click the link. Is there. Come and tell us, no, Alice, it's not correct. Update us and tell us why we should believe you, why we shouldn't believe Alice. This is why we are here. We are not here to sessionalize. We are here to talk.
And leftists, I would like us to play that video again so that others can know what we are talking about here. Let's play it one more time.
Governor Obaseki don't talk say government go conduct correct audit for all the local government for Edo State to do check for their performances. Obaseki talk this one for the inauguration of the liaison officers for the 18 local government area for Government House Benin City. Obaseki when talk say the duties of these liaison officers not to report directly to RAM everything when they saw for their local government. Consti talk say the proper say state government go to do check for things when local government suppose to chuka inside.
We are here at the beginning of the year because the decision we took to inaugurate my liaison officers for each local government in Edo State. As you all know, the local governments are a very key plank of our development process. Unfortunately, we have not been able to conduct elections into our local government, and we have had a lacuna in terms of the governance, political governance of these local governments. We have had to use civil servants to manage the local government for over a year, and this is not ideal. We expect that we'll be able to have the elections of the local governments after the series of elections. But our concern as a government is that we don't want to start another year and leaving the local governments unguarded in terms of policy directions of government. So we decided that we will appoint my liaison officers who report to me directly in each local government to let me know and brief me on what is going on with the local governments. We had expected that we would have a local government council in place, and I had conducted audits of each local government in 2021. Unfortunately, we haven't had councils to review those reports and take corrective actions. We have promised Edo that we will leave behind a roadmap. We didn't meet any, but we're going to leave behind a very clear roadmap as to where Edo should be going in the next 30 years. We're spending a lot of resources and time.
Alpha, did he promise us roadmap when he was campaigning?
In place an economic and social plan, a Benin urban plan, and an Edo State regional plan. These plans are not documents you just write in the office. We are having hundreds of trained enumerators, both at the state and the local government level, making sure that they collect for us the relevant data we need to be able to do the things we need to do.
All right. The reason why I play this video again, because I want others to get this right. Do you think that what the governor of Edo State just did, if it's the good one or the bad one? Because remember that a lot of Edo people have been complaining for a while now that there's no local government that is working in Edo State. But now the governor have appointed, or rather, like he said, liaison, 18 officers, local government, in his office. So I really like us to talk on this. We don't have much people on screen, so we can do a roundup quickly so that we can move on to what former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, said about our principal. Thank you. Lefties, I'll leave this one to you now.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. What I would like to know, if it is legal, if it is legal for the governor of Edo State to create a liaison officer to be reporting local government issues to him directly from all the 18 local governments. That is what I don't understand. Is it in the law? Because a local government is another arm of government in Nigeria. And to my understanding, it is an elective office. They are not, how will I say it? You don't just put them there. You must elect them. It is an election that make them goes there. So if it is an elective office, it means they have certain power within themselves. Why are you now trying to oppress them as a governor? I think this is not what should be done. I think the best thing is inviting the local government chairman. And you say there is a lacuna. For how many years has that lacuna been there? You'll be governor for 4 years pass, and another round is continuing. You mean the lacuna has not been, you've not been able as an administrator to settle that part, that there will be election to these offices, but there's no lacuna where you collect federal government money. There's no lacuna when the local government money comes. There's no lacuna where you collect them and administer them. There's no lacuna.
Thank you, Sir Leftis.
You see,
thank you, sir.
I am not sectional, just like I said. Or while we are here to make sure whatever is happening, it should be for the betterment of we, the citizens of Nigeria, and we, the citizens of the state. We are not talking here because we hate one person. What we want is what is achievable and what is good. Obaseki should stop playing this politics. He's bigger than this. Look at Peter Obi.
Anti-constitutional. You cannot appoint liaison officers, Mr. Leftis. It's anti-constitutional in our democracy.
We are talking about constitutional issue here because you don't have you cannot be an administrator. This is democracy. What are you saying by you have opened another office? Who are those people that are in this office? Who are there? Show us their name and their faces. How credible are they? Are they your police? Are they your DSS? Are they your TOG? Are they your whoever? I've never had this before. Every government come and do whatever they think and whatever they like because they are governor. They can do. See, we should follow it the way it is, please. Just like I said, because I'm following as we are talking, I'm still following. All of us here, we are here for one reason, for everything to be good. For those of us supporting Obaseki, no problem. It's the governor, I agree. But what has he done really now that is prompting you to support him? Many of you people supported him, voted him because you wanted him, you think he's better than. But today, is he really better? Okay, I just want to quickly, let me look for this video. Listen, a lot is happening. Now, Shaibu is coming on to tell us there's insecurity in Edo State. We were saying this, the anti-grazing law, we're shouting before now, there's going to be problem allowing these people to give them legal right to stay with us. It's happening every other place. Edo, wake up before it happens. Is it not happening now? Why is Shaibu now coming now to say that there's really insecurity in Edo State? It just started. Because the business of government is the protection of life and property. Now, there's a video. Let me quickly, as I'm talking now, let me quickly look for that video because this has to do with Edo State and it's very, very important. People are being, I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, okay, let's look for, okay, yes, I think I see this video. Let me first of all put this one. I think this is Ebosi. Let's just get this video straight. This is happening in the heart of Edo State. My network is disturbing me.
Never. Why would you go one year bother the level? In your guano. I'm not going to go. Let's hear say yo. I'm not going to say yo. Guy. Gaya. Guy. What's a waffle now? Oh, tell what's your one phone now. You know where the Zafu now? Oh, tell what's in Akina. Oh, tell what's here where the Zafu. Here where the Zafu, oh, tell what's in. Without hotel was the Zafu. Oh, tell what's the Zafu. Here where the Zafu no. Here where come the Zafu. Oh, tell what's in. Here where come the Zafu. Oh, tell what's in. Oh, tell my Yamubo. Guy. Here been the guy from the Rockwa. Oh, tell my Yamubo Nakina. Ever where the committee. Where they. Oh, what was a cadeau to shut about Marona? He had better for your family care. And then mega was your bar. He ain't not to make both already now. Be my yard, be my name, my yard, be quite my yard, but be my deal. Oh, Demo, oh, Demo, why you want to? What the oh, Demo? Be my yard, oh, Demo, what day? Oh, Demo, Bagway, Bagway, Giga. Now go be mad at Baba. Baba la don't ask you more. Obagwa Giga. Wado. Obagwa. I got to water boy a penna. My grandma. I'll water boy a bill a bagway. A penna or tonaya. I'll water boy a bill. Here we are Benny Mawayo. Mare, Mamma Bell. Mamma Benno. Mamma Benno. Mamma Benno. Bagway. Oh, Bagway. Oh, Sunday Bay. Oh, Bagway. Sunday Bay. Oh, Bagway. Oh, Bagway. Sunday Bay. A man no Sunday boat now. Gonna turn out the bus. A man no Sunday. Guy. Wow.
That is just one. Let me look for the other video again. I just want us to see what is happening in Edo State.
What's that now? Well, look at so cool. Look at so cool. Wagba. Look at so cool. Wagba. Look at so cool.
And the other video, the last video I got today, this is a report.
Finish, see you. Let's see how people do. No, you are mad. Let's see how you go. Ah, that's right, bro. Hey, we know. What's up?
Yes. Some of us will say we are, I saw somebody saying we are coming to display hatred for the governor. No, we are not coming here to display hatred for the governor. People, this is a community, people are living here. Under normal circumstances, we expect that before you go into this kind of community, you would have hold a town hall meetings with the people living there, especially the elders or whatever. There should have been an agreement on whatever you want to do to the land. But this is wait and see. It's very surprising. Imagine people are farming in this very area, large area of farmland being collected overnight. What do you, without making alternative for these people living in this area? You see everybody on the street in that community. You see everybody coming out to shout, "Oh God, what do you expect these people to live on?" They are farmers. They are not rivers there. They are not fishermen, meaning they live off their farm produce. Now, Mr. Governor, if you must collect such land.
Leftist, sorry,
Sir.
before you move on, there's a comment I need to address from Henry O.
Okay.
Henry O, if you're watching me right now, you wrote that Naija Watch, you have failed because your platform has become a stage to rant on the government of Edo State. Mr. Henry O, you are a failure. If you have been following us for a while and you think you can come here and state rubbish, it's better you logged out. My people, in case you don't know, if you have been following me for so long, maybe you've been following me for 10 years, 100 years, but my prayer to God every day is that for God to give my enemies public disgrace, to expose them in public. Henry O, you have disgraced yourself today, and I don't want you here anymore. That's it. If you think that is the right way to write, you are a failure. 2023, you are a failure. Move on, Mr. Leftist. I wanted to address that.
Yes, well, you've just addressed it your way. I was wanting to say, allow him to say whatever he wants to say is his mouth. It's not going to stop what we are doing. And it will not stop other people that are saying not to also recognize what is happening. We are not against anybody. We are only feeling the pains people are feeling. This could be our community. It could be your father and mother that is living there, and their only occupation is farming. They have no other thing they are doing. Assuming that is where they feed from, and the governor which you voted in comes to take your land, including your farmland, without creating alternative for you. That is why this is what we care about. This is what we are saying. We are not saying that Obaseki is not the governor of those states, but as a governor, you should put a lot of things into consideration. Yes, before you do things, you don't do things because I am the governor, I must do this way. You must consider people you are leading, people that voted you there. You must put them. Look at the way Peter Obi is addressing the issue. He listens to everybody. He carries everybody along. When you complain, he look into the issues and say, what's the way forward? Guys, there's nothing that does not have a solution. There's nothing that does not have a way forward. There would have been no problem if everybody's carried and there's an agreement, there are suggestions. And because everybody has suggested, we all agree, let's do it this way, there won't be problem. But for you to say because you are the governor, you have power, you must do it this way. People have been living there, ancestors. You cannot just come and take their land because you are the governor of Edo State. We had other governors before you. They didn't take people's land, aggressively like this. Why is he very interested in land, people's land, without due process? That is the issue. While Alex was talking, because I got this information today, while Alex was talking, I was also thinking along. Why is he interested in land? If you look at most of these demolition that belong to government, let him open up and let us know who are the investors. Yes, let's know, because I'm beginning to think otherwise. I'm beginning to see him as another Tinubu in disguise.
Yes, so Mr. Leftist, we are hearing allegedly that foreigners are coming to invest in those real estate, or whether they are complete or not before he leaves office. He wants to give it to foreigners from Lagos, from outside Nigeria, So the story is still on. We have not confirmed it. It's so pathetic, sir.
It's very, very pathetic. It's very, very pathetic. It's funny that these two people are going astray. They are not carrying the Edo people, the common Edo people along. Government belongs to the people. Whatever you are doing, when you take the people along, there won't be issues. There won't be much problem. And also make sure your hands are clean. Open up everything you are doing. Let people see it. Let involve people so that they will understand you. Not doing
Leftist,
it.
we have a caller, please. Sorry,
All right.
sorry. Hello,
Go ahead.
Mr. Innocent, thanks for calling us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Talk to us. Sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, concerning this land issue, Mr. Niger Watch, I want to contribute something. Am I free?
Go ahead, sir. You are already on air.
Okay, thank you. You see, this land issue, not that the governor is completely or perfectly okay in every area, but there is still element of truth of what the government is doing as well. In the sense, do you know that most of people, their land is close to government land. Most of them, because the government is not let's say visible in that land at that time. Majority of them, they drag government land added to their land. You understand me? In the sense, maybe for 40 years, 30 years, government didn't go there, and most of them that are crying for this kind of land, they are not the real owner of the land. It might be their father, and their father didn't even tell them this is exactly what happened. That government come now and take their land. We should also know that government land, anything that is
okay, Oga Innocent, let me quickly ask you a question. You have 30 seconds to answer this. I'm not here to support those that is building on government land or go against them either. But my concern, which I'm going to address right now, have you heard that Governor Obaseki arrested any land grabber till now?
No.
And so what can you say about that? These are the kind of calls I want to be receiving. Not people bidding on government land. Is it not people that sold the land to them? What happened to the land grabbers? Why is Governor Obaseki rubbing mind with land grabbers?
Can I answer now?
And go ahead, 30 seconds, sir. I don't need story.
Okay. You see, like that land grabber, me myself, I'm against it. You understand me?
Sir, just go straight to the point. Governor Obaseki have not arrested any land grabbers. What can you say about that?
Yeah, because most of the land grabbers, they are part of his government.
Okay, good. Thank you. You answered it properly. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear. But the area I just come to talk about to clear. Can you give me just seconds to talk about?
You have 1 minute, sir. Just go straight because I need to address this my way now. Go ahead.
The only reason that make me to call concerning that aspect is that most people, they should keep their children informed of whatever that transpire. If you say, for instance, majority people, they drag government land to their land and they didn't tell their children. And their children inherited that land, they didn't even know anything like that. And they will be crying now or fighting that they have been farming for that land for 30 years.
Thank you, sir.
Just come on a second and say they should leave that land. That's just what I want to say, that more people should be informing their children, whatever that transpired.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm going to address everything you talk about right now. Watch me. Thank you. All right, my people, thank you very much. I wanted to give time for everybody to talk on this.
I haven't spoken, no.
No, I'll come to you, madam. Please, just
all right.
I'll come to you. I want everybody to understand that it's because of Peter Obi now make us take break for land grabbing situation. For some of them, the way they think, say, oh, Naija was not rest for land grabbing. Oh, Naija will not talk about land grabbing. Naija, I cannot do two things at the same time. But that doesn't mean I'm not seeing what is happening in those states. Governor Obaseki is demolishing people's buildings right now. Okay, let's assume it's right. We're getting somewhere. Let's assume it's right. At the same time, you are demolishing people's buildings. And you are arresting those that sold the same land to the victims. For me, I'm not going to talk put, because for me, I'm one of those that have been calling Governor Obaseki for so long to do something about land grabbing in those states. But he have started reacting. But his reactions is a one-way traffic. It's a one-way traffic. It's not right. I personally, which I'm not going to disclose here, I personally asked Governor Obaseki, what is happening? His reasons for not arresting or any land grabbers are not in prison right now all make sense at that time. But since that time till now, I think I'm running out of patience. Once Peter Obi, just next month here, once we don't do this election, come off for road. I will come here to let you guys know what I was doing behind the scene about land grabbing. You cannot say you are demolishing people's buildings. Allegedly, I'm seeing videos here and there. People who are, some of them are committing suicide here and there. Fine. Because they've worked so hard abroad. They build the borderland, they build a house. Now the house has been demolished. If now you, they watch me so you there abroad, you don't use 10 years, for example, to save money, go build for Nigeria. You can't say one government destroyer. Just for waiting, you know no left, you know no right. Whoever that sold the land for you is not a prison. But you that bought the land, your building were demolished. And you are justifying that? People like disgraceful Harry O, we have the audacity to come to my comment section to lay curse on his generation. My prayers is for God to continue to expose anybody that is wearing mask to say, Naija wash, you do well. Naija wash, I love you. If it's from your heart, every prayers I pray for all my good supporters will follow you. But if it's not from your heart, God will give you public disgrace. That is what happened to Henry O today. Because what I was expecting from you, we've been here every day. I've never seen any comment from you to say, oh, Governor Obaseki, I beg, arrest land grabbers, not only the victims. Land grabbers, they're supposed to be stoned to death because they have caused a lot of people pains. And they come for una. Make presidential election finish first. Leftists, over back to you. Please talk a bit so that moderator can talk to us.
Well, the issue has been discussed. I wouldn't want to say much, but I just want those people supporting Governor Obaseki to also consider the people that have been victims and affected. Any land that belongs to government, and government is even the people. That if you must take the land, you must also let the people know, address them, not wait and see. Like the way he did. Governor Obaseki is only a custodian. He's not the owner of Edo State. For the people commenting that land that belongs, who is the government? Is the people. You cannot come and take community land, even if it is addressed to this one belong. Let's assume in this case that these are government land. But do you need to come in a commando style to take it the way you just did? And people are living there. People are making use of it. What do you think you should do?
My concern here, leftists, is that whatever the governor is doing, I'm in support. Only if he was doing it the right way. I want to see land grabbers in prison. My brother, think today, no one land grabber, no one. I see Ohen Fokoromi with Philip Shaibu for party the other day. How long are we going to continue deceiving ourselves?
How can you say Obaseki should arrest himself to put himself in prison?
Ohen Fokoromi married second wife the other day. In fact, I don't want to be
cannot put himself in prison. Now, these are the major.
I want to deliver my principal first.
These are the major. Obaseki is a land grabber. In total, I'm not talking it because I hate him. From all what he'll be doing and from what will be following, I don't know him. He doesn't owe me anything. What he owes me is good governance. That's what he owes me as a citizen. What I owe him is yes. So let's listen. Okay, we have Madarita now. I think she's the only one that just joined us that have not spoken. Madarita, please talk to us.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity you're giving to me. There's one thing that is constant, and I think everybody knows: change is constant. Many people find it very hard to change. You see, when Nigeria Watch came on air, I would say, I think everybody kind of became conscious, politically conscious, from the 2020 Edo Guba election. And we are still learning. And so far, Nigeria Watch, as a team, as an entity, have successfully educated people day after day about what governance is, what your rights and responsibilities are, and what it is to be a leader. I've said it, before. I don't care if anybody insult themselves. I wouldn't say me. But the more you think that you're throwing jives at me, at the back of my hand, I'm just laughing. I'm laughing because a time would come, you would say, oh, I remember this lady said this. I remember she said that. And besides, the more you keep speaking or trying to put me down, you are giving me more fuel. Let me use Nigeria, you are giving me more petrol to talk much. So the better you don't even talk to me or give me jibe or don't even use curse word at yourself, the better. I wouldn't talk more. But the more you do that, you're just giving me more fuel. You are gingering my energy to talk. Like I said, change is very hard. And sometimes when people's sense of reasoning has been conditioned to think a certain way, it is a very difficult task to make them see the light, to make them think outside the box. A lot of people before now didn't understand what governance is. They didn't even understand that the respect you have for the governor is not Godwin Obaseki. It is that seat at Osadebe Avenue. That is the respect that you are looking at, not the individual. And that is why they say power, is transient, because after a certain number of years constitutionally, another person comes. But what stays is the seat, not the individual. So what you respect is actually the seat. Now, the individual that's been entrusted by virtue of constitutional authority by voting, and this person says, I want to serve you, and this person swears an oath to serve you. The fact that the person swears an oath to serve you, that doesn't mean that person has an autonomy over your conscience. That person has an autonomy over what you're supposed to say. That person has an autonomy of how you can checkmate them. The person does not have an autonomy. This is an education class 101, leadership 101, governance. Many of us, not all, some of us do not understand what governance is. It has been a struggle from 2020 till now. In fact, I would say it was more prevalent last year. It has been a struggle to educate a lot of Edo people, both home and abroad. It doesn't, if you live abroad, it doesn't mean that you know it all. I don't know it all, but what I know, I want to give out freely. When you talk about governance, I am part of governance. Even the country where I live, I am part of governance. So when I'm speaking, I'm not just talking because I live in diaspora or because I just want to speak English. No, I understand what governance is in full practice, not on paper, full practice. But over the years, or rather over the past last year, people have now come to understand that when you're criticizing, it doesn't mean hate. As a matter of fact, the people that hate Governor Obaseki are the naysayers and the hallelujah singers. You guys think that the man loves you, or you think that, these people who are talking, they're just ranting and shouting that they hate. No, Governor Obaseki knows that you people who are supporting the evil he's doing are even his enemies, because you have refused and decided to be in the box and not think outside the box or try to even understand what is really going on. It is very difficult to change people. I know some people who were not thinking, the right way in terms of what is governance and leadership. Many of them have changed. Some of them are behind the scenes. They are learning. Some people have called Nigeria Watch program and said, "Thank you very much, Sir Elvis. I've really learned a lot. I'm really learning a lot about governance, about how you talk to people, about the things to say." Even some of you, even sometimes they even watch. One of my friends said, "I watched Nigeria Watch program, and sometimes when I hear Alex speak or when I hear Eureka speak, actually and play and pause and write what they're saying and go to the dictionary to try to understand it in a layman language." Thank God for the internet. Thank God for Google. You can access any information there. And sometimes some people just think that when you are talking about somebody that you like, or a government that you like, forgetting that maybe they actually like the person. So if you like somebody, whatever, even the person is killing somebody, you say, he did it for this reason, so it's justifiable that he killed. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. If your governor is erring in his administration or using his executive powers to execute certain things that brings pain, not even respect to the people, pain, you need to speak out. It is your constitutional right. The same way you have a right to vote, the same way you have a right to even checkmate your government. History will be very, very, in fact, I would say history will call every one of us, about our actions, what we have done, and what we have failed to do. Even what we say. We all need to be very careful. It's not about hate. There's something I know that is very, very significant, especially with the Edo people. I'm speaking Edo or Edo State because that's the state I belong to. Charity begins at home. We are very proud people. And sometimes, even when in the face of saying, "I told you so," or "this person is bad," because of that pride, the Bible says pride goeth before a fall. Because of that pride, You don't want to either admit, you give excuses. It's better off you just keep quiet instead of giving excuses, because you're actually making it look too bad. So when somebody is speaking, at least try to understand what the person is saying. Remove that emotional thought of, oh, this person hates this person. Oh, this person belongs to this party. So because they're still in pain from the fact that we won. No, I want the same thing. You want the same thing. If Edo State burns down today, God forbid, it's both of us, regardless of the political affiliation you belong to. I never supported the man because I believe if somebody leaves a party, or if somebody leaves a house that has clothed them for whatever reasons and placed you there, and then you come out and betray that house that clothed you, and you go to another house, that new house you went to, take it or leave it. They would never trust you because they will believe you would do the same thing to them. And it's been played out in every facet of life. That is why the way they left APC and went to PDP, it is like all these things that have all these factions and all that is expected. Any wise person, any older person knew that this day would come because of how it was practiced from the old, from the old party that it belonged to. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is not about hate, and we'll continue to speak and educate people. It's not about hate. When somebody say hate, I laugh because I say, you know what? Time will come, you will learn. It's hard. It's very difficult to remove something that has been stamped in somebody's brain for a very long time, and they think that is how it ought to be. So it's hard. So as time goes by, they whether insult you or tell you that you have failed or tell you that you're just talking out of hate or something. With time, they will not get to understand. I pray it might not even be too late when you get to the point where they have to understand. So I don't hate Gordon Obaseki. Why will I hate him? I mean, he's not giving me bread now. I'm not feeding from him. God has given me a brain, a complete body to earn a living for myself. So what is he going to give me? That I would say, oh, I hate him. Why? Hate is a very hard word. I can't create a human being. So I have no right to hate somebody. I might disagree with you, but to say I hate you, it's a very deep word. It's very profound. It's not a word that you say easily if you really understand the meaning of hatred. Anyway, being that as it may, like what Lefty said, which was very important, and that's part of leadership. When you love your people, when you connected to your people, when you respect your people. If Governor Obaseki respect his administration, because he's the box stop at his desk, but he has all his minions and his surrogates that walk around him. So if his administration understand what leadership is, what governance is, aside from all the luxury of governance, even if the people are not educated or enough to know that, okay, maybe that is his own way of developing, or that is his own way of saying, what, this land has been acquired illegally or has been acquired wrongly, maybe by their fathers or even they themselves, through the land grabbers. It is very, very important that an administration have a town hall with the people. No matter what, everybody doesn't have to attend. Majority of every community, we have a town hall and say, listen, I just want to let you guys know this land, these people are coming. They are going to do this. You tell the community what they are coming for. You tell them this land belongs to government. Anybody that has a land there, please see. You should have a so-called roadmap that he said to fix issues of where people who have built there, people whose great-grandfather have built there, and people's fathers who are later have built there. There's a way you handle those things so that all these kinds of uproars or all these kinds of wailing, and crying and insults doesn't arise. It's talk about connecting with your people and respect. Any action we take today, God writes every action that you do in this world. Accumulating wealth, using your power and all that, it's temporal. You may have everything, but at the end of the day, it's all temporal. So the duty of me, Rita, is to speak truth to power, is to speak truth when somebody is doing wrong, whether you are related to me or not, whether you are constitutionally legal to be in a position. If you're not doing the right thing, I will speak to you. Whether you take what I'm saying or not, it's not really, the onus is not on me. Do you know what? I am free. just like Governor Wike says, I am free. I am free, meaning that I have spoken my mind. I have spoken. The universe has heard it. God has heard it. So on the day of judgment, or in a case where you are sitting down together now, you will not say, okay, why did you not speak? And if you spoke, what did you say? That is where we are at today. That is where we are at today. And I urge all people, all those who are supporting Governor Obaseki or giving excuses for Governor Obaseki, it's not just about coming to the comment section, you write things, you write insultive things, or you write things to like downgrade someone. No, I'm begging you. I would love it if that person should come, just like this man, that other guy that called. You know, he gave his own opinion, but from when I listened, I laughed because I think he's quite ignorant of what governance is, and he's quite ignorant of what is really going on. Be careful. I pray. My prayer is that the pains that people are feeling right now in Edo State, I pray it doesn't happen to you. I pray Governor Obaseki's administration doesn't happen to you, because it's very easy for us. It's so easy. It's a human thing. When you're not feeling something, you don't know how it feels. You don't know how it hurts. If I cut my hand today, I am the only one who understands how it feels. You can only tell me sorry, but you don't understand the pain. So when you're supporting something that is not clear, that is vague, that you don't see any information, nothing, that is total disrespect for the people. Total disrespect. There's a disconnect. I've been saying this thing for a long time. Governor Obaseki is disconnected to Edo people. That's why it's when Sir Alex will say, or some people will say, are you sure this is a Benin man? Because there's a way you connect to your people, like, oh, this is a Benin man. He understands. That is why it's questionable. The way you act, nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. Governor Obaseki is not perfect. But as a leader, there are things that you learn. As a leader, there are things that you would strive to know more because you want to know better. There are things that you want to hear, even if it doesn't sound nice in your ear, because every sensible and wise leader knows that if everybody says nice things around me, all the people who are saying nice things, they don't mean well for me. The ones who are saying negative things are the ones that actually seeing the errors I am making. That is a leader. That is a true leader. I think a lot of people need to read books about leaders, or even, talk to older people. When I mean people in their 80s, 90s, they would tell you things, one or two things about leadership, one or two things about criticism, one or two things about the difference between hatred and criticism. It is not about me. Edo State is bigger than me. Edo State is bigger than my opinion. It's bigger than my feelings. Edo State is bigger than my feelings, people. So when I speak, or when the likes of Sir Alex speak, his expression might be different from mine. Even Niger was Sir Elvis, or even Sir Lefties. His expression might be different. But if you look at everything holistically, it shows that these people want one thing. These people are seeing an error that needs to be corrected, or that needs to be sat down and talked over. And going back to this liaison office, I asked a question on the comment section. I said, is this constitutionally legal? Is it constitutionally legal? If you really look at the whole thing, there's still a sort of scamish autonomy still over the local government. Is that legal? Is that constitutionally legal? Those of you who are lawyers, or those of you who are very savvy in constitutional laws, having a liaison office, is that constitutionally right? Governor Obaseki's hallelujah singers. This is not about hatred now. I am charging you now. Can you check if that is constitutionally right? When that position, like what Sir Lefty said, is a constitutionally placed position where you have to vote in these people, where is it done? Even the northern part of Nigeria, you see some states that are like off the radar, like Kebbi State, for example, and you say, oh, they're not really vast. No, that can't even happen in states like Kebbi State. I'm going that far now. It can't happen. The spirit of fear has enveloped a lot of people. The spirit of one-sidedness has enveloped a lot of Edo people. Let me not say, and this is specifically for Edo people now. And it's unfortunate that we have condescended so low in not being able to speak and act like the Edo people that is known worldwide. Edo people are forward-thinking people. Edo people are outspoken people. Edo people, when they stand, they say the truth, even if it's their father that is wrong. They will say, Baba, you are wrong in public. So what is this sinister, malevolent spirit now that has now kind of guided and enveloped majority of Edo people that it's so hard to even say the truth? I find that very worrisome, if you ask me. I'm worried. I am really worried. I find that worrisome because whatever demonic, sinister, or malevolent spirit that has come into a lot of Edo people since that 2020 election, it's still lingering. I feel it. I sense it. I don't know about you people, but I sense it. It's very dangerous. If we don't fix this thing now, we're going to be in pain even when the next governor come. We have to fix it. Let us start speaking the truth. And that's why I admire Nigeria Watch. Sir Elvis, I'm going to tell the whole world. I even tell my husband, I admire Elvis. Do you know why I admire him? When you are doing something right, or if he's supporting you, he would support you. Supporting you does not mean or does not equate that I will keep you in my armpits when you are doing wrong. That is why I admire leftists. Sir Elvis, the CEO of Nigeria Watch, I really, really I respect him. If he doesn't know, I respect him a lot. Even the older people that come here, that are even older than he, they respect him. Why are we coming to this channel every day? There must be something good. There's something that this guy brings out that kind of attracts us, that magnetizes us to come here to speak. It means he's doing something good. It means Elvis, Mr. Elvis, is doing something good. No matter what anybody says, people can say I'm disappointed. People can call you all sorts of names. Those things don't really matter. That's why no matter what you say, you're just giving him more fuel and more people like me and leftists and to come more and to speak more. I urge those of you who are the hallelujah singers, please come into this program. Nobody's going to eat you raw. If you are confident that what your governor is doing is right, please, when you come, bring your arsenal, bring your proof, make me understand. I'm an intelligent person, and I'm not being braggadocious about it, because I know that as God created me intelligent. I don't know about you, but when you bring your arsenal, bring your proof, bring your document, bring your facts and figures, give me examples to make me understand why certain things are done. For example, these liaison offices, whether it's constitutionally correct, how is it correct? It's still under the armpit of the governor. Show me. That's what it's not sitting in the dark corners. You make yourself look like a coward. Don't sit in the dark and then start punching or pulling punches. No, come out and speak. And I know a lot of people can't come out and speak because they know what we're saying here is the truth. What Alex has been saying, what Nigeria Watch himself, CEO of this program, is saying is the truth. If you know that you can do better, create your own program. Invite me. I will come there to your program. As long as it's sensible, because me, I said it before, anything that's not sensible, it disturbs my mental capacity. So I just cut it off immediately. But if it's sensible and you're bringing facts and figures, then I'll say, okay, let us discuss. At the end of the day, I want Edo State to be better. I want Nigeria to be better. So it's a win-win situation when all healths come together truthfully, not emotionally, truthfully. So I want to urge everyone, please, even those that were in Nigeria Watch before, some of them are stylishly kept quiet or just been on the side watching from afar. Come here, bring your case. I like men and women who are matured enough to come out and say, this is my position. This is why this is my position. This is the reason why I choose this position. But as you're saying it, bring proof. Don't bring proof based on like or because you are worshiping somebody as an idol. No, I don't. That is not. You're not bringing the bread out well. You're not being truthful to yourself. So it's not about me. Edo State is bigger than me, my feelings, or my expression. It's bigger. But however I want to express myself is because I love my state. I love my people. My people deserve better. My people ought to know better. Edo State deserves to look and feel better than the way it is today. That's the point. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Madarita. That's we said that before. If you think you have the right to come here and counter anybody. You have just, it's your right to counter anybody, but please, we are counter with facts, and if possible, come with proof. Like whatever we are saying here, you see, most cases we put the videos or the article, the written article about same thing on the screen for us to see. We don't just manufacture things. We don't say things because we want to. We only deliberate and try to, as human being, say the way we feel. You can also counter these things and let us. It's just the way forward. No, Obaseki is nobody's father here. It's just our governor, our representative. So we all have right to say he's doing well or he's not doing well in an area. And when he's doing well, we'll say, yes, he tried here. I think he's good. And if he's not doing well, we'll say, yes, he's not doing well. For me, I think he's not doing well because Nigeria as a whole is not doing well, not to talk of Obaseki. So if you think he's doing well, please just stay there. Thank you. Let's quickly allow Peter Okudaye talk to us. Peter Okudaye, please talk to us.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Leftis. Naija Wash family. I thank you, Mr. Leftis, for your analysis. Who have spoken or who let people to know that government is the people, because we that doesn't understand much English, the time we say government is the people, they will say no, it is not written in the book of London or in the book of America. So there are some people that are government, while we the farmers are not government. Well, I will remember that in time of Ogbemudia, Aduwawa, from there to UBTH, we are UBTH land. And it was acquired by the government of Edo, or that time it was Bende or Midwest. So that land that had NTA and the cattle ranch, Bijo, those areas were UBTH land. But today, it has become individual land. Then where in that's the same land, there was area they now leave for the government to take over. That is when you go down to Ute, and that is where now government now have. But when the first day I saw badge on houses built in that area, I said, when the government, when a person who understands the betterment of people can say he want to collect this land, but because of considerations, nobody will just come now and say, let me frustrate all my people. So because they are the same people that is the government. If really we have people that are thinking at those that who know how to put things in progress, now it will have be better for us. We will not be having all these crises today, because the people we always have in power, which we call governments, they are self-centered. They don't even know what they call development, or not to put it before the people. And that is why 2 boys from the village or 3 boys from the village or one Inogie, whatsoever, can just gather themselves and start selling their land without thinking of the life of the people that will come, generation that will come in that land. They will just start selling, misbehaving. Now, what in Europe here, because when I say, because I will not be too much referring to Nigeria, because we don't know how to speak big English. Our is not value. In Europe here, any place that want to develop, it is developed by the community. Like the place I am working now, it is the community that have the factory, but it's of the government, because we make sure that they carve areas for so and so development, so and so hospital, so and so area for school, so and so area for park, children play, different places. They will put it down. It will be written. Then everybody will know that so and so time this thing can come here. So and so time this thing can come here. Like what Obaseki did now. He just come. We don't know if he sold that land or whoever that sold that land, and nobody know. I love one word that Ewesi boy spoke. That where are they going to be fighting from? This is where they farm. This is their life living. Now one person come and pack it in the name of government. Our people that have no British language, We said, no, you don't have right to talk because it is a person that sits in that power have the right over everything. No, he did not have the right over everything. The people have to decide. They have to sit down together and say, now Edo doesn't have land. We want to build a factory that will be doing so and so things that will enable those people to work. Then they will agree. Okay, do it here. Okay, the other side, we want to do cement factory that people will be working and they will be helping us. Okay, do it here. We want to do foam company that people will be working. That is how any land supposed to be taken. Not just come now and say housing estate, or even if it is estate of living or estate of destruction, you must consult the people before you can go into it. If not, my great-grandchildren today, my own great-grandchildren, the village that's supposed to be their village, they doesn't have anymore because of stupidity of our people. They sold the land, sold their future, sold their generation future. So because of ignorance. So it affects most of our people, especially those ones who are well learning in British language. So ignorance is what they believe. No, it has been written or it's not written in Constitution. The Constitution were made by human beings. And if other people make Constitution that will disturb you, let me see, Abuja make Constitution that will disturb you in Edo State. It is your right in Edo State to stand against that Constitution. Because person living in Abuja, it doesn't concern you. If you are dying, it doesn't care. If you don't die, it doesn't care. It is your own right in Edo State to say, no, Abuja, you cannot come and kill me in my state. Because this is my house, this is my father's house, this is my mother, this is my wife, this is our children. It is determined on us, just like the way these Ewetsi boys are protesting now. I love them. Now, people are talking of Liaison that Obaseki formed. Now, where are the local government when they did not have the people they vote were sacked out of office? Okay, no problem. It is the duty of those local government to carry protest to governors' places and say, since we vote these people, they refuse to do our work. Now we want to choose another person. Not just Obaseki, we just come out one day and say, I'll give you this one, I'll give you this one. Because just like Sister Rita said, our people are afraid. No, they are afraid. They are afraid to do the right thing. Not that they are really afraid, but to do the good thing, they are afraid to do that. But when you ask of bad thing, they will be very happy and carry it out. Because of they said they are learned. Because when this modern way learning make stupidness or foolishness in their sight. Because if not, these people have the right to protest and they choose another person which they trust that can work for them in each local government. But you see all of them silent and quiet. I don't talk to government to Obaseki is the government to he have power over everything. He will carry police and arrest us. He will carry soldiers and kill everybody. Let him kill the whole community, the whole local government and see the kind barrack that will serve people. Or let him arrest people and see the police station that will serve the whole local government. But ignorance, which we thought it is better life, will not make us to do it. Then when we say we are learned, we are educated, we have a British certificate because we can talk their language, but not to think of betterness of our own life. So that is why I just came to thank you, because the way you were analyzing it, my brother, I was very happy. Because when people thought government is just of a GROA, no, government is of the village, of the street, and of the lay. Those people that live in those areas that they are faithful for father, we are born in that place as the government. So if you want to do anything there, consult them. They will convince them that this is the reason, this is your benefit. Like Ogbemudia village, when Ogbemudia was in power, he came to build water board there. That water board has been sold by the community today. He built poultries. He built a pantry farm in the name of to benefit the community. But it was benefiting only Ogbemudia. But later on, as Ogbemudia died, when the community want to benefit themselves, they sold those property. Ogbemudia children are still alive. They could not go there to say you people don't have rights. No, because he know that what will benefit the community are the community desire. So thank you. God bless you. That is why I just came in. Thank you very much. I appreciate
it. Thank you very much. We cannot run away from the fact. The truth is, a lot of us people, the Hallelujah praise singers, especially those who are being paid to infiltrate social medias, Facebook, WhatsApp, and so many groups to go and represent them. It's unfortunate because they make a lot of money from there. That's what they are paid for. They just come and be praising and try to fight everybody. How can a government of A governor representing the people, see doing things against the people and handpicking some, giving them money to protect him. Instead of him protecting the people, he's protecting himself, knowing that what he's doing is wrong and is personal. This is what we are seeing today. A lot of people on social media, they are being paid. They are called media aid people. They buy their data, they pay them, give them stipends. And guess what? Before you know the government go finish, they go become useless for streets. After lying, fighting against the people that they are supposed to protect. Midwest people talk to us.
Good evening, sir. But let me load this channel. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I greet the whole house and listeners and viewers all over the world. Thank you very much for this today program. Although I came in a little bit late because I was really very busy. There are a lot of things on the table. First of all, for Shaibu to say I accepted as men are killing Edo people is somehow. They have been there for many years, so it is not that Mr. Shaibu knew very well that they are on our soil and they are really killing our people. It will tell you these people, they are not really serious about the life and welfare of Edo people anymore. And if you look at the character of Obaseki and the way he's governing the state, for me, for every nonsense, my dear, if you analyze it very well, it will make sense from it. What Obaseki has come to expose is that if a state is happy or opportune to have a good leader, you don't really understand the constitution that governs you. So, because that leader will be using, their good mindset to try their best to make things to work. But when you have the evil people, then that is when you understand that absolute power has been given to some certain element of people. The governors we have out of the 33 states in Nigeria are impaired because of the constitution. They gave them so much, and that is why there is no progress as far as the country is concerned. But states that are opportune to have some governors who is using this absolute power, at least to some certain degree, putting the feelings and concerns of their people into consideration before any decision making. Such leaders, such people, they don't really know what God is doing for them. But in our own case, Obaseki has exposed or that kind of over what I say, a total absolute power that the federal government gave to the states. First of all, I do come here many times and I tell people, listen, that we don't have government. We have Mr. President and we have Mr. Governor, and that is just a fact. But however, a true government is a government of the people. And that boils down to democracy we are talking about. When you separate people from anything, the people you want to lead, it's no longer government of the people. Take, for example, now, the local government constitutionally, you live in an advanced country. Everybody listening to us, without local government, there's no life. I'm just telling you the truth. There's no government. All these advanced countries, someone was talking, maybe it's from Italy, it's telling you that it is the local government that developed all those structures you are saying, industrial zone, everything. Likewise here, where I'm talking from. Commune, where I live here is commune, the local government, which is also like community. You understand me? These are the foundation that build the nation to that federal level. You will be any great nation. But there are ways they regulate things. You cannot be building a house in a commune when the commune doesn't, when they have not authorized it. It doesn't work anywhere. If we truly have a government. Now look at Ewesi land. I am from Orion. When you want to mention big village those days, where you have great farmers that feed Bini, and at the end we pack food to go and sell in Lagos. These are one of the villages we ever mentioned. Because Orion was a rubber plantation, forest, farmers. There's nothing like one big industry in Orion as big as it is. I don't know. Maybe people who know it better can even point to one company. But for me, at least, I start to be corrected, but I'm 100% sure nothing like one industry as far as that local government is concerned. This is the foundation of that local government. But that local government was so rich in agriculture. They produce heavily. So now they wake up overnight and be seeing palm tree. because the governor is an emperor. He can choose to misuse the entire state money, mismanage it. The president cannot ask, even when the president himself, if he is willing to help and say, no, it shouldn't go this way. Constitutionally, there's no right for anybody to question them how they spend your money. Now, that is another thing aside. The power has been given to them. It didn't stop there. These people account to nobody. If, for example, you are blessed, even with your traditional leaders that are supposed to speak for you, when they speak truth, they can go there and suspend them, not even showing them to court. And you have no place to even, go and challenge that decision that the government choose to make, as far as the Constitution is concerned. That's why I say, in every foolishness, my dear, if you analyze it very well, you will see sense on those foolishness. For every nonsense, there is a sense inside. If you look at where you go left for. Now, they can do anything they want. They can decide to look at the structures that put obstacles to them to achieve some evil plan and start dismantling it. Even when those structures serve the people very well. That is the case of Enigi in Benin today. It deceived them and want to help you. And now, some of the Enigi, you can give them one formatic, they give you the whole land. Like we see now, that land, the community don't even know the owner of the land. They were not addressed. They just wake up overnight, this is reserve. Even if that place is a reserve. Today is not the first time we have been seeing leadership in terms of governance as far as that land is concerned. Must you sell all our reserve? People have been ruling. Why didn't they sell it? Now it's not your turn. He's selling Edo State land. Remember some years ago, this guy, he gave 20% of Edo land constitutionally. He wrote those papers and people resisted him. Now he came down with a different approach now. Bulldozering people's house, deceiving people, oh, these are government land. And at the end of it, or they said they want to build a new town. Who are the ones that want to build this new town? They are telling you people are interested all over the world. You don't know those strangers. You don't know anything about them. He's selling the land already. Now, I think the disappointment, like that my sister said, when you saw a shock, like they say it doesn't, those people, whether it's fear, my dear, when you see some certain levels of shock, before you could recover from it, Obaseki's style of leadership is a shock to Edo people. It shocked them to their brain and bone marrow. That is why many of them, they are so confused. They don't know what to do. So human beings, they be like this. That's what they're asking themselves. It's a very saddening situation that you see this man coming out on daily basis on television with a plan that don't even have any single benefit to the people of Edo. You want to appoint people that will be governing local government. When you take local government away and you claim you want to develop people, tell me anybody that is living in abroad here that will tell me any country that develop outside that local government. Just point to one. Nothing they do without local government. Because that is the real place where the people is being connected to the government of the day. You throw it away. You appoint strangers. The money given to you, you cannot account. So it's a serious issue. Example is this oil derivation. They pump to this guy. No account for it. No institution to help people. Who is in charge of all these things? Nobody. Overnight they wake up. And it's not going to stop at a Wesi. Many land is online. Edo people need to look beyond this shock and start putting themselves together. This is a big challenge. We must do everything possible as a people to look for solution. First of all, we must challenge this constitution. You cannot be governing us. You don't tell us how you spend our money. There's no progress that is going to come out of that. To be frankly speaking, there will never be progress in a place where there is no transparency, no accountability, and absolute power that corrupt people. You can't challenge Obaseki now when it comes to how he's using Edo State money as far as he's on seat. That is what the constitution gave to him. Except people just go to street and be demonstrating and be crying. So for me, I'm encouraging my people to start looking beyond this shock. Obaseki doesn't mean well for Edo people. There is no way it can even contribute anything positive to the life of Edo as a whole without the local government. Once this man doesn't know the importance of the functions of the local government, or even trying to restructure the local government in a way that they will function properly for their people, this man is a failure, and is a failure in all categories. Where is Gelegele? We don't see you. Industrial park is not functioning. Now, new estate like Dubai, now they want to build overnight. Even the airport, international airport, they showed to us the other day, it still remains now grass, now they there. Everything about him is land. I've never seen this in my life. It's so shocking, and it's very painful that we find ourselves in this kind of situation. I don't know. My own suggestion is that everybody that is governing the land, those that have power, those chiefs or noble people that have the interest of the land, they should look beyond the Obaseki and look into the future and tell Nigeria government we need a new constitution. If we don't put these people into check, there is no way we are going to progress. We need to checkmate on them. They need to give an account how they spend our money. They need to tell us how they are generating this money. And there should be constitutional law that mandate them to fulfill all these few things I've just mentioned. Instead of we in the name of democracy, we fought tooth and nail, elect somebody into power. Once the person get that power, he become an emperor. You can't check on him. There's nothing you can do. So I don't think that is democracy, and we need to really look at this problem from grassroots, and that will help every one of us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. The problem is very large. From the feelers we are getting, I heard that he's trying to make the Enogi independent. The Enogi to be on their own, not to be under the grips of the palace. If that is true, why would he want? Why is it happening during his time? What problem does he have with traditional institution? Why does he want the Enogi to be independent in Edo? To enable him use them. To enable
the number one is
them.
that when they are united, they have strength. So he wants to pieces them so he can use them. And he's already using them. Look, you have a king, you have a chief. Look at their land is gone. And this is what is going to happen.
If this filler is true, which I am not too sure, because I am not too sure. If this filler is true, what is
my brother? It's true. They've signed those documents. Now they are not renouncing it. He did it. He went there and convinced the people.
Hello,
Mr. Levis. He convinced the people. He told them that he's going to be paying them money directly, and he will be supporting them so that everything they offer victim, and he gave them form to be signing. And after, though some of them among them were aware, but some were deceived into it. And those people now that were deceived into it have found out that they have signed, they are coming up public to say, no, this is not what the details of what you explained to us. We are not part of that.
No, that is not so. It wasn't so. Hello, guys.
Okay. Hello, guys. Ken, talk to us. Yeah, tell us.
Thank you so much, my brother. This topic just is a very strong topic, and I'll be expecting this for a while now. Mr. Lefris, may God bless you. May God Almighty guide you, and may our ancestors give you the wisdom. Because what you just brought out now is a very, very big problem. This is the aftermath of 1897. This is the aftermath of 1897. And it's about to happen again. You see, and I'm so happy that our brother, Mr. Kundaye, I wanted to let me rephrase the one of Aduawa. Aduawa, the UBT's land did not comes to Kara. That's the cattle market. The lucky way that went through the bypass in Aduawa. From the Lucky Way bypass all the way down, that is where the Aduawa has a border between the UBTH and Aduawa with the University of Benin. That's where they have a border. Like the cattle market, Bijo area was not owned by the state government, and it wasn't owned by the state or neither the federal. those were owned by the individuals. Even the whole of that cattle market, Bijo area, you know, my grandfathers owned those lands and owned a lot of the rubber plantations in all those areas all the way. You see, if government wants to take your land in the older days that I know of, you know, they'll come to the community. You know, they will let the community know this is what they want to do. They will buy from the community. Then after some years, if they didn't make use of those land, the community will go back to them. They will go to court, and the community will win the land from them. That is how those lands that are owned by UBTH, owned by University of Benin, because they could not use it. You know, our community, Oregbeni community, they took them to the court in the 80s and early 90s.
Ute community.
Thank you, Ute community. You know, so they win all those land from the government, and they took it and they started reselling it. You know, so I don't see what this man is doing, or basically government is doing. You know, I don't know the kind of wealth that this guy is still looking for. If the only money that this guy have taken from us with Planware in 89, 1990 to 91, the billions and trillions of naira that this guy took at that time, when naira has value more than the pounds and dollars, you know, that money alone is not even enough for him. You know, this is so barbaric. This is so evil. You know what he did then? You know, our people are very, very greedy. You know what he did, that he called the Enigye. Those Enigye, he told them that he's going to be paying them every month, and they have to sign paper. Then he told them that they will not be taking orders from the palace anymore. That it is their right, that they can be on their own. That this is not the olden days when the palace, the king has the right over the land. That these days is the government, the state government, the federal government that owns the land. You know, so those greedy ones supported him, and they signed those papers. You know, when they started seeing the action from their own citizens, from the youth, and from the Ojonways, and from the elders in their community, when those ones started revoking against the no-gays, that is why a lot of them are not running out to say that, oh, they are not among, they were cajoling to it. It's a lie. The Obaseki did not tie their hands. It did not blind their eyes. It didn't close their eyes. You know, it didn't put a gun to their head. It's for their own selfishness. It's on their own greed. You know, because they think that if they should leave the palace, that there will be an Oba on their own. It is not done. You cannot become a Nogie without the Oba. It's the Oba that crown a Nogie. It's the Oba that make you a Nogie. A Nogie and Ohembo. You know, it's the Oba that crown you. You can't wake up one day to become a Nogie, to become a Ohen, or when you see that, you know, these people they have spoiled their land. You know, my only anger with my palace and with my king, I will say it right now, my king should bring out the whole juju that we have. He should bring them out and release it and let them start working. My father says that Egbowai Agyobase, that when a Benin man speaks, he will tell you that there's no king more than the LY. That if you want to call any great king, LY is the first and is the last. You know, our king has to act, because this history is about to replace itself again. What we are seeing, we that live in diaspora, the ones back home are not seeing it. The reason why a lot of them are still quiet, because there's no power, no light. You know, if you don't have enough money, you don't have a generator to listen to news. And the news, the ITV, you know, is for them. the EBS is for them, the NTA is for them. So none of these news are carrying all this news. They are not reporting it. The only way they are getting all this information from is from social media. It's from social media. It is from those adult children that live in the hospital that are getting this information from. So we should stand. This thing is not going to be a door all the way down to Esan. The only of Esan is over that cram all of them. Go back to the Benin tradition, all the way down to Auchi, Afema, all those Enoge that are there. They are all servant to the Oba. They are all servant to the Oba. The whole of the Benga state. They draw all of them. I remember this other young Benin guy that is he has a Benin show in Benin. Isodua. Hello? Hello, guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Isodua. About a year or 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2-3 years ago. Isodua went to Warri to see the Olu of Warri. That is the father to the current one now. They went to see him and they wanted to do something. And he says that he wants to make the Olu of Warri to be the chairman. Olu of Warri says, I cannot be the chairman when I have a father. He says, I cannot be the chairman. He says, yes, I'm the king of Warri, but I have a father. So the one that asked him, Sir, who is your father? He now says, the Oba of Benin. That is my father. That anything that comes to tradition that has to be done in Benga State and done in Delta State, that the Oba of Benin is the father, that he will be the vice chairman, but he can never be the chairman. His other one was shocked. Tears of joy came out from my eyes. I'm an adult man for life. And no man is born by woman in my time that will bring my Oba down. Because that is my pride. That is my identity. You cannot ride the British kingdom without the crown of the Queen Elizabeth. You can. These guys are the owner of civilization. They colonize the whole world, but they still believe on their tradition. Look at when Queen passed out, when she died from Scotland. Look at that white goat. The big, huge white goat that was taken along with our coffee. What did I tell you? Is that not for sacrifice? That is our tradition. So why are we not fooling ourselves? Why some of us are not fooling ourselves? Because of greed? Because of money that you will leave behind? Some of these Edo people have to be taught a lesson. They have to. Mostly Governor Obaseki. His son is getting too much. So the security vote that comes to every state, yours is almost $1 billion, $1 billion naira. Now around something million naira. There's about $2 million every month for security vote. You are taking that quietly. Nobody's asking you. That is not enough. You went to the artifact. You fought the palace. You fought the king. Now you're about to scatter the kingdom. That's what he's about to do. He's about to cause a chaos in the kingdom. You see right now, if care is not taken, some villages will rise against the other ones. They will start fighting each other. Some of them will start fighting the Enoge. Like the other day, I was just playing with my phone and I happened to watch one of our sister stations in Germany. And the guy was talking, he called one of the Okayele in one of the Ofia side. They started telling the Okayele that he should go back to his community and mobilize to fight the Enoge and drive him out of the community. That the whole Enoge in Benin history, that they should call them up. Every Enoge that signed those papers, they used to have to rise and fight them. What is that? Is that an anarchy? That is a war. That is a war. You know, this man, anywhere this man goes to, that is a problem. Even the banking setup, I heard that a lot of banking setup that he has worked is always a problem. It always causes division among them. Look at what he did in APC. You know, he has not spent 2 years in PDP now. Look at what is happening in PDP. Now the kingdom itself. Look at the other day, he invited the British people and the Germans to Benin. He was showing them 50 by 100. The foundation that he dug is not even up to 3 feet. That is where you want to build an international museum on? Come on, those guys are not cowards. They are not fools. No, this guy is just a Yahoo man. He's the biggest Yahoo boy. Obaseki. He's the biggest Yahoo boy. He's very, very greedy. You know, we have to hold Osomole accountable for all this nonsense. Because he brought this man to Benin. He took this guy around the whole, you know, the whole Benin kingdom. He begs for him. Or he stood and said that what he did before will not come back again. If you remember, when Oba Benin called the both of them to settle them, you know, Oba said the same thing, that he asked Osomole in the beginning that why this guy? That he should go straight to the history and dog it out and see. The Oba saw everything. But in Benin, we have a problem that Oba Enikawa Guima, that he will complain to the forefathers. But we have to take that back now because we cannot keep quiet anymore. You know, we can't keep quiet. This is the only state that we have. This is the only place that belongs to us.
Engineer Feke, thank you very much. Try to round up in the next 30 seconds.
Thank you, my brother.
We have Ejiro to allow Ejiro to also air his contribution. Okay, have you rounded up? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Ejiro, talk to us.
Yeah, Nanja Watch, thank you for having me, and I appreciate this opportunity. Just a quick one. I'll not talk for too long. I'll just be very brief, you know. My name sounds a Delta name, which is correct. I'm from, as a matter of fact, I was born in Benin, and I have a stake in that state. Part of my lineage is in Benin, the other part is in Delta State. So I'm in between two states. As the former,
sorry, there's no Benin and Delta. You were born different from Edo. You are up.
Former Benden state. So I have a stake. That's why I'm coming up to talk in this issue. Because all my life I've lived in Benin, you know. I even went to a secondary school, Asro Grammar School. That was the school I finished. Then my institution in Benin.
Please.
I know. I'm just giving it because most people will say, you are an Orobo man. Why coming to talk in Benin issue? So no, I just want to.
You are a Benin man.
No, I just want to clarify that aspect. Okay, straight to the point. Let's save time. I think what is happening in Benin, what is happening in Benin City.
You are a Benin man.
I just said it all. Now. I've said it all now. I'm a misbreed. That's what I said just now.
No, Ejiro, you are a Benin man. Accepting that you are a Benin man. You are a Benin man. Say I'm a Benin man.
Either way is fine. Okay. Straight to the point. What is happening in Benin? Actually, I voted for Godwin Obaseki. I was one of his favorites. I really like his performance in the first.
Me too.
In his first tenure, you know. So all these things happening now, what I can say is like a power tussle. That is what I'm seeing happening in Benin City. Obaseki has chosen to fight against the palace, believe it or not. You know, that is what is happening now. And okay, the other day they released their figures. I'll just run the figures through. The oil derivation that the federal government paid. They gave Rivers 100 billion. Edo was giving, I think, one of the least 28 billion. I remember that. While the State was giving about 50-something billion. Till today, nobody was able to challenge Obaseki what that money was meant for, or what he has used, what he has done with that money. So all these things give Obaseki leverage to begin to do and undo.
Undo, yes.
You see in life, yeah, go and check records. I'm not talking about dirty wealth. I'm talking about successful, wealthy men, businessmen. They are great thinkers. If you cannot think, you cannot make wealth. The most difficult job on earth is to think.
Yes.
Think positively and know how to extract those things you think and bring it to the physical. That is how you can make wealth. You see somebody like Bill Gates. Bill Gates never went to school.
No.
I just want to digress a little bit. He was even a dropout in secondary school.
Yes.
There was one of his books I read. The father used to call him, B, what are you doing? Aren't you going to school today? He will go to the father's garage, car park. He will tell his father, I'm just sitting at the car park trying to think.
Yes, the same thing with Apple too.
The father would throw all kind of insult on him, but he never mind. But today, Bill Gates is the richest man on earth.
Yeah.
He's the richest. Because of what? Great thinking. So I think the community should enhance their brains. I think there are a lot of brilliant people in communities that can think deep to fight again. Because the only way you can, this fight Obaseki is fighting now against the Benin is intellectual fight. Believe it or not. Okay, look at what he's doing to the local government people now, the chairman. Tell me which part of law this thing that is using to fight them. Where is it in law? It's not there.
It's the Constitution.
It's the Constitution. Nigeria Constitution has empowered this man and is using it to his best of his ability. So the committee has to bring out people that can think deep and fight against him intellectually. That's the only way we can win this battle of land dispute in Benin, in Edo State. Because Obaseki at the end of his tenure is going to sell the bone, the engine of Edo State, sell everything out to foreigners, and that time it will be too late to retrieve it back. So now that he has started, the community should stand their ground and fight. But that's why most times when I come up to this channel, I say Nigeria need a reset. Yes. If you ask me, the first thing Nigeria need to do is to dismantle that constitution. Because that constitution now, the loopholes in it, that's also Obaseki is using against the Edos. This is my submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ejiro.
Yes, Mr. Ejiro, thank you very much. And Obaseki should know that power is transistent. He's not ever going to be there forever. Whatever you do today, we go after you tomorrow when you leave office. That's why the likes of Ogbemudia, Ambrose Ali, their names are still written in gold in Edo State because of what they have done and the legacy they left behind, their contribution to communities and to the people of Edo State. A lot of us are part of the people that gain a lot from government. At least we saw free education at our time, free books, free school feeding.
Yes.
Yes. Especially Christmas period. Cow is
pencil, biro, everything free.
They will ask you to bring extra. If in a cooler you get pre-cut to take it home. Some of us, these are government initiative to encourage.
They will write, these books are not for sale. These books are not for sale. Yeah.
We got some of these educational how will I say, from government. So when we are talking here,
Mr. Levy, sorry to call you off. I'm so sorry. Please just give me 2 seconds. Do you know that those things that we were getting in the 80s, in the 70s, till tomorrow in the northern part of Nigeria, they still do the same thing? The federal government are still allocating those money to state government to use it. They are still doing it in tomorrow. But the state government in our side, they are just putting that money in their pocket.
In their pocket.
They don't use it.
We are talking of
fertilizer and all those stuff. The federal government allocation for farmers for free. Yes. That is why the northern part is very, very fast in farming. But the state government in our own side, they are pocketing those money and they will sell those fertilizers and take the money.
they do computer television farming like the one of Obaseki. You don't see them harvesting. They always do, they tell you we are making the farm, that's all. So you see it on TV. Like the one is doing, governor. They are not going to harvest. You don't see them harvesting. No, that's just the truth.
It's all right. We will just be running up now, people, because we still have to come out tomorrow. We want to say thank you to.
Yeah, Mr. Levy, please. I want to say something. Please, is there any way? Let's come together. Let's fund Nigeria Watch Media so that they can visit almost all villages in Benin. So that we should get the youth leaders together and the elders together. So that let's start talking to them. Let's sensitize them. Let us talk to them and let them know what is about to happen or what is happening in Benin. That all of them should kick against the state government for selling their lands to them. They should hold their ground because what is coming is bigger than what they can see. Right now, in Edo State, we have nothing. Obila cement factory is sold. Every flour mill is sold. Everything is just selling. We don't have nothing anymore. Nothing. We don't have anything for the next generation to use. We don't have nothing. You know, those of us that still have family back home, my brother. If care is not taking, my brother, they will start killing people face to face, broad daylight.
Who are the buyers?
What is what's about to happen if we don't stand right now to fight this thing?
Who are the buyers? Who are the people conniving with the same government to carry out all this erroneous bad business? It's a very long story. That's why we need Peter Obi to come in, because once Peter Obi come in, a lot of things going to change. Attitudinal change, everything is going to change. The social life of the way the people live now is going to change, because when the head is not stealing and is living by example, a lot of people will also know that this man is not a joke. They have to live the same way he is living. You see why it's like this? Because the person leading us today, in the head of affair, is someone that does not even know nothing. That's why these governors also have the right and audacity to do what they are doing. Otherwise, remember, even Ali that did not steal, was it Buhari that locked him up?
Yeah, the same Buhari, yeah.
The same Buhari. Because then he wanted to punish somebody. If he's actually locking them up, like locking all of them, I'm not going to mention Obaseki, let it not look like we are against him. If he is locking all the corrupt governor up, do you think corruption will get to this stage?
No.
No. If the head is actually doing it right, because he is stealing, he cannot lock them up. Assuming he's not stealing, or his people is not stealing, and he's doing it right, what we are saying now will be less for us. We will have less things to talk about, because the constitution, the law, everything is working accordingly. The judiciary is doing their job accordingly. Because if the man is using all avenue to corrupt everything, to bend it to suit them. So all of them now, they pick. So this is why we need leadership. And this is the truth. And that's why we are here every day saying we cannot continue like this. A better Nigeria is very possible. And the only way we can do this is by making sure we vote in the right leader, set of leader that will make sure that things work the way it's supposed to be. Nigeria is very, very rich. Let us say that. The money leaving Nigeria on a daily basis through even custom. Oh yeah. Thank God they discover oil in Nasarawa state. Oh yeah.
Everywhere in Nigeria, everywhere.
Everything in Nigeria is money. If they say Nigeria is poor, it's a lie. That is a place where you can eat anything and throw. In 2 days, it's germinating without no enhancement, without no manure, nothing. Just
do you know that in Ora, there's a gold in Ora?
So we are not supposed to be in this condition at all. When I was growing up, I know how foreigners were coming a lot of people don't have this opportunity of seeing foreigners. I was one of the people that got teachers in secondary school that were foreigners.
Me too. The Indians, the British teaching
Many people
English.
were coming. You see them. Why they give me the why they not the one they beard now? Lucky. When I was born, yes, you can look at like a slave name. But when I was born, now you both people they carry gift can't give me. Now they give me that name.
Oh, lucky boy! It's a lucky boy. He's not to rub your head.
So you see that say Nigeria, we were great before.
Oh yeah.
We're very great, and we can be great again if only we do it right. And the only way to do it right now is for us to really forget religion, forget tribe, forget every other thing, and let's rescue our lives and the life of the unborn children. Nigeria is owing 44 trillion as debt right now. It's 44 trillion. Before Obasanjo left, he went around. We're not owing. They forgave us all our sin, all the debt. Well, I don't want to start another
I had
topic.
this up to 77.
47.
77.
Is 77.
Yes.
77 trillion. Not
77
trillion.
We're talking of 77.
Yes, I want to say thank you because I don't want to start another topic today.
In naira or trillion in naira, something like
no, in dollars, not naira.
Yes.
I want to say I'm not going to in dollars.
In naira.
7 in
It's in naira.
No, not dollars. Not dollar they borrow now. Not be naira.
77 trillion equivalent to naira, not dollars. Equivalent to naira.
My brother,
not
dollar is dollar they borrow.
No, naira they convert all of them to both the state and the federal government.
How many countries they hold trillions in dollars? Come on, man. It's in naira.
You don't America, the whole China.
It's in naira. Although Nigeria is in naira, go and check. It's out there. It's in. You can check your internet. It's
naira. Being naira or being dollar. That money is too much.
Naira 77, but dollar.
No, it's way too much. It's madness now.
It's madness.
Dollar 77 in naira.
It's madness. That money alone, one of them get on. One of them get on.
I thank you. Look, we thank all of you for today. Now will join us for today's broadcast. Okay. We'll go still come out tomorrow and
Mr. Levy, more pay you for our time and more continue this topic because my spirit is still hot.
No, tomorrow we will continue out tomorrow. We did just a few videos today. Labour Party, Mona try that app where they say the app don't get 30,000 download. Yes, 30,000 download. The app now very important app. It never happened before. What they tell you say Peter Obi no that person will know what they do.
But Mr. Alex is the only barrier in that app is I will say this. So many persons don't want their data because that app they ask a lot of things. Your date of birth, your this, your that. And so many people don't like that kind of data released. That's a barrier there, you know.
You're not supposed to be barrier because the Western.
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about I'm generalizing it now. That's why it's only gaining 30,000. Otherwise, if I get more than that, in my opinion.
Very soon. They won't have choice that to give out these data in total. And these are some of the way corruption to enter the country. Yes. They cannot get adequate data of individuals. Right from birth, they're supposed to capture your data, you don't feel change them. It's unchangeable. Yes. And when we get all this accurate data, it's going to help for so many areas. Go help
federal government should have put that one in place.
So the app, many people go appreciate them when Peter Obi don't be president and he don't do it the right thing and people don't see the small changes. By that time, bribe go they hard, many things go stop, life go sweet. That's why we must vote this equity Peter the Rock come next month. First of all, we did another video on concerned citizens. We can do video on Philip Shaibu. Before we can do video on Obaseki.
I've been waiting for Shaibu do.
Philip Shaibu finally agree say insecurity day Nigeria. If
no, na 9 in the year. Not say no agree before. Na 9 in the year say day. He knows it, but na 9 in the year.
So the people say, he can back your all. Hey, he can back your all. You know, he's a useless boy. For real.
Before we can support our videos with that Edo land grabbing in community. So these were the videos we actually showcased. Today we get very few super chats. Emeka, thank you very much. Lobi, now you start up with high spirit. The Echuk, we thank you. Joseph Oji, thank you. Edulai Watch, thank you very much. We get just one call, Mr. Innocent. We call to say the land where we talk about maybe government land, no could not to blame her. So na own way know, na he talk and people still respond to that. We want to also thank Mr. Innocent for calling to also talk with him Sabi. This program now for all of us will not get enemy, not be competition. Sir?
Mr. Lepisu, one thing to get complete data, they need to start community registration. That is the way they are doing it here in Italy. It is community that can.
Peter know what
but
to do.
To do community, not be governor suppose initiate.
You want to change our topic today again? No, all this one we dey talk now.
I just because of that.
All this one we dey talk now, sir. All this one we dey talk now. We don't dey round up, sir. Please. All this one we dey talk. Peter Obi, what would they talk? He know. He don't travel everywhere. He know what to do. Even if now you know what to do. Talk less of a politician. We get better mind for the country. So as we dey round up, we could just allow us round up. Any day we want to talk about that one, because if we continue like this, we don't go come out. Yes, we don't go come out. Very sorry, sir. So we also thank people in the comment section for their wonderful support, for their contribution from the comment section side. Today we get very quite a lot of people for the studio, but many just can't come out. They can't do weekend. They don't talk. The first person we get today is Ezu Wagu. Now he just first show. He just stay now and move. He vanish like willy. No, bros, we'll catch you the other time. We'll go soon do app where we say, who come down if you come out again. Even if you the waka they go, you see the talk for here. We go do and trust us. That will be Niger Wash. Then Engineer Ken come, he'll be vanish. But get the topic quick on here, now he come back. Oh, that kind of thing is sweeter. He come back. Thank you, sir.
Now my own be that too, I tell you.
Then Mr. Collins come. Him might be the third person. But later, I don't know how he waka. How he take waka now? I know you know. I know if he say vanish, he not vanish, but I don't know how he waka. I don't say him again. Then Alex might be the fourth person. Alex no you agree. He no you agree. Come on. They would draw a network. They begin drag her. They cut in line. He still they talk. Alex, God go bless you.
Amen.
Then Mr. CM too come join us. We thank God say he was here. Madam Rita still took mouth for this matter as the woman we know waiting day. We say thank you very much. The Peter Okudaye, thank you very much. The Midwest people, God go bless you. Then Ejiru, we say God go bless you. Tomorrow we go still come out here, talk as we know our reach. Just
what
like
time tomorrow?
Talk, the same time, 6 o'clock Nigeria time.
Okay,
just like we talk, we always
I'll
talk
try
this.
To go buy fuel. No say I want to buy the leave. I'll try to go buy fuel.
Okay, good. You know, so we always talk and here say we know they do competition. Not be competition they do. So if we offend una, mokuna novice. Now so we know our reach now they talk.
Yes.
The love must go on. We not get enmity. To call a throw blow, they use not be we be the problem. Now the people will lead us. That be our problem. So we know if we fight ourselves anyhow. But make we get patient because nobody perfect. Most they get patient. Make we think if person they talk. Why this person they talk like this? Not be make it better for all of us. Not be make the person they talk. Not be as you know they should talk.
Yeah.
So my people, nobody come here with knife cutlass to come fight. That make it better for me and you. That make
Amen.
us stay. So on that note, we could just give 1 minute round. Make we just say Father bye-bye.
Yeah.
Before
May Mr. Okunayo lead us for prayer.
You want to start again?
Final note, 1 minute. Now you talk. Mr. Ejiro, be proud to say you are Benin man. Just like other people, Edo and Delta, we are all Benin.
Yes, we are one brothers.
That is what I will say. We are all Benin, no different. Whether you speak Edo, I speak Urobo, the other speak Isoko, we are all Benin. Thank you. God bless everyone. Go and get your PVC. Vote Peter Obi for president. Thank you all.
All right, Mr. CM.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity to put in a word or two. Yes, we are getting to injury time now as per Obi becoming president. Nothing, like somebody said here, or echoed what I've said earlier. It's only INEC that can make Obi not to be president. But I believe with each person there, they will get to their senses. It won't be easy, we all know, but INEC must play by the rule. Any attempt to rig Peter Obi out will spell doom. That becomes the end of that country, and they won't like what they are going to see. So it is in their own interest to be good neighbors to Nigerians. I wish everybody well. Good night.
Yes, thank you, Mr. CM. Good night to you. Midwest people.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and listeners. I pray that by the grace of God, tomorrow we'll also come out with a new topic. And please, I still want to appeal. We still need to look into this Obaseki attitude. We shouldn't fold our hands, because this guy may likely create a damage that will even require generation for generation to solve. He's trying to create an anarchy, a situation where we start fighting, and this will not be good for us, because lawlessness will not produce anything good. It made a peaceful state. That's why the numbers of tribes were so united. But today it's trying to separate us. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it is good for us to be quiet. Every media and people who are getting money, whether or not they should search their content, their conscience before it's too late. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Engineer Ken.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lefis, and thank you, Nigerians. And good days to all my Edo families and friends all over the world. Please vote Papa, Mama, Peking, LP. You know, these are the party that's going to bring changes to that country, Nigeria. So Nigeria will be a perfect place for all of us to live. And I really want to beg our Edo people. I want to beg the Nigerians. I want to beg the Ojionways. Please, in any position the Lord have given to you, you know, to stay and govern your people in your own locality, in your villages, in your town, please be fair in it. Don't succumb to what Obaseki is about to do. Please don't do that. Don't do that for the sake of your children unborn, for the sake of your grandchildren. Look at what happened in 1893 or 1897. We are still facing it today. You know, most of us were not born at that time, but we are still passing through that same heat for over 100 years. Now we don't want it to repeat itself again. Let's stand against this evil man and let's fight against it and let's be united. You know, united be strong.
Can anybody still hear Engineer Ken? I can't hear him.
Yes, we are hearing.
Him.
Okay.
We are hearing.
So united we're strong. Okay. United we're strong. And we should love ourselves and let's keep our strongness together so that we can fight against this guy. You know, by next month, go cast your vote. Don't take any bribe. Don't take anything from nobody. Vote in your choice. Let your choice be the Labour Party, Papa, Mama, Peking, so that Nigeria will have a great future. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God bless.
Thank you, Engineer Ken. Ejiro.
Yeah, thank you, Ninja Watch. Thank you, Mr. Leftis. I just want to quickly say the problem Nigeria is having today, like I always say, is leadership and structural problem. You know, if we can get our leadership right, I think Nigeria will be a better place. You know, the sky will be our springboard, not even limit. You know, so this time around, I want us to understand that if we miss it, we have missed it for life. So let us all come together, vote Peter Obi and Dati to give us a new Nigeria, a country with happiness, love, peace, and protection that we all are craving and yearning for. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Joining us now is Bulaba. Bulaba, Gingerbread Man just came extremely very late, but notwithstanding, if you're following us, maybe we'll be giving you like 2 minutes.
No, I don't need. I need 1 minute. I need 1 minute. I don't need to. I've been listening since, you know.
Okay. Thank God, so that you reject the other minutes and
I
keep
know
out
that
my pockets.
when we need to close, we need to close. I just want to put something out there. So you see, by the grace of God, I lived in Edo States for 2 years of my life. I know say Edo people when I get jazz, better one. If Obaseki is going against the royal section of that great kingdom, one I know go use jazz knock him down. What are you waiting for? The jazz was basically get he passed the one waiting for Oba Palace. Not gonna strike and make him go down. That's my own contribution. Cannot come here and be talking. Fire him with the better one and make him go down. That's it. You cannot be going against the
for that one when you talk. I know say I never knock jazz for band. I know be musician, I know they use jazz, I know only guitar for like play, but
but you know what they talk about? The spiritual
I don't know
power.
what they talk about.
Yes.
That one where you they talk, they know they can't use that like that. Not be the way body did this crash person. Not be we did this crash out for Benin.
Now so
but he cannot be insulting the office of the Urbana. Cannot be doing that.
Make answer that make I answer you, Mr. Leva, make I answer my brother. You see, our people they make parable say already we have built in the area why body we say dog we know the year word now moto the killer maybe.
Yes, now.
So that's so, you know, I don't rest my case. Now so it just be, you know. So if we don't reach where dog want to promote.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Let me make it clear. We're supposed to carry Ukure Wai and knock Obaseki. But there are some reasons. They said it is only Ekmen. It is the son of Ekmen that scratched Ekmen Eha. So Mr. Lettuce can interpret that for you. Thank you.
Okay, I go interpret them when I want to interpret them. Good night, everybody.
Good night.